Welcome to Fartopia. We're
Me,
playing Stanley Parable.
me when I saw this game and I wanted to buy
Me,
it. Me when.
yeah. Okay, the bit's not funny.
Let's
You
go!
buddy. Knock it off. We're trying to do something here.
No.
Yes. Sorry. The game.
It's loading. Can you not
Yeah.
see?
I can see, but the game is at hand, not your coins.
That's the game making the noise.
No, it's not.
Yeah, it is.
Then what was that?
I don't know.
This is the story of a man named Stanley.
That's me.
Stanley worked
Your
for
name
a
is
company
Stanley.
in a big building where he was employee number 427. Employee
That's correct.
number 427.
Damn, this game got good ray tracing.
He sat at his desk in room
Does it really?
427
I
and
don't
pushed
see it.
buttons on a keyboard.
Oh, it's
Orders
me.
came to him through a monitor on his desk, telling him what buttons to push, how long to push them, and in what order. This is what employee 427 did every day, every month of every year. And although others might have considered it soul-rending, Stanley relished every moment that the orders came in, as though he had been made exactly for this job. And Stanley was happy.
Was happy.
And then one day, something very peculiar.
No!
He had been at his desk for nearly an hour when he realized that not one single order had arrived on the monitor for him to follow. No one had showed up to give him instructions, call a meeting, or even say hi.
That's great.
Never in all his
Is it
years
me or
at
is
the
the game
company
blurry?
had this happened. This complete
It's a little blurry.
isolation. Something was very clearly wrong.
I think we're high.
Shocked, frozen
Nah.
solid, Stanley found himself unable to move for the longest time. But as he came to his wits and regained his senses, he got up from his desk and stepped out of his office.
Wow.
Shit, that's backwards.
Ooh.
I need to turn up the sensitivity a little bit. Alright. Since this is,
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley
I
decided
don't
to go
know.
to the
They're
meeting.
having a pizza
Perhaps he had
party.
simply missed
Now
a
let's
memo.
go explore.
as I was saying before this piece of shit interrupted me, since this is Stack's first time seeing the Stanley Parable, he's making the first decisions for, I don't know, a fuck ton of time.
I've seen like 2 videos by Markiplier, but I've forgotten most of the endings. Wow, what? Here, go to 425. Take a trip down 425.
Stanley went around touching every little thing in the office, but it didn't make a single difference, nor did it advance the
Okay, go
story in
over
any
there.
way.
Go over there. Let's look at 415, huh? Let's get a peek at 415. Let's get a peek at 415.
I'm gonna have you take a wild guess if this door is locked or not.
Let's take a look at 415. Damn.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
She's going to right.
I'm not fucking joking.
This was
I
not
had
the
to take a
correct way
sec
to
see
the
if I was
meeting
going
room,
right or
and
not.
Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it.
Wow.
Yes, truly a room worth admiring. It had really been worth the detour after all, just to spend a few
Beautiful.
moments here in this immaculate, beautifully constructed room. Stanley simply stood here,
All right, now go
taking
back.
it all in.
Slight issue, buddy.
Never mind. Keep going.
But eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left.
All right. Keep going. All right, go back. All right, now go back.
Stanley
Now
was
go
so
back.
bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago.
Oh, fuck. Don't fit.
Look,
Damn.
Stanley, I think perhaps we've gotten
Not
off on the
500
wrong
pounds.
foot here. I'm not your enemy, really, I'm not. I realize that investing your trust in someone
just
else
jump
can
at
be
any time,
difficult,
you realize that,
but
right?
the fact is that
Yeah.
the story has been about nothing but you all this time.
I played this game.
There's
I know
someone you've
suicide.
been neglecting, Stanley. Someone you've forgotten
Oh,
about.
oh,
You could say I'm a
Please,
suicide fanatic.
Stop to let her
oh,
back
God.
into your life. She's been waiting.
Keep going. Go on.
That's her,
Hello?
Stan.
I don't want to answer the phone. I don't know who this is.
You wanna possibly unplug it?
Bad boy off.
As Stanley picked up the phone, a white light engulfed him, filling him not just with radiance, but with hope. Hope for a life reunited one... Wait. Oh, goodness.
Think again,
Stanley,
fucker.
double check.
What?
No, it's definitely here, clear as day. Stanley... No, that's
What?
not possible. I can't believe it. How had I not
What is
noticed it sooner?
No.
You're not Stanley. You're a real person.
What?
Oh,
No!
okay.
Choice.
Oh.
It's the best part of being a real person, but if used incorrectly can also be the most dangerous. For example, in this scenario,
What?
a hypothetical real person named Stephen has a choice. He could spend
Okay,
years
Stephen.
helping improve the quality of life for citizens of impoverished third world nations. Or he could systematically set fire to every orphan living in a 30-kilometer
Oh.
radius of his house.
No.
Which
Steven,
choice
Steven,
would you make?
Steven,
Steven.
Remember
yay!
that unlike here, the real world makes sense,
Oh my
and at no
God.
time should you make a choice that does not conform to rational logic. If you find yourself speaking with a person who
Excuse
does
me.
not make sense, in all likelihood, that person is not real. Allow the person to finish their
Oh.
thought, then provide an excuse why
Sorry,
you cannot
please.
continue talking. Turn to a partner and practice saying, "My goodness, is it 4:30? I'm supposed to be having a back, sack, and crack."
My goodness, is it 4:30? I'm supposed to be having a bad sack and crack.
Excellent. Making choices on a regular basis is the best part to a healthy decision-making process.
He's
Most
gonna
medical
die.
professionals recommend making at least 8 choices per day. Do you make more than 8? Less? And finally, if you begin to wonder if your choices are actually meaningful and whether you'll ever make a significant contribution to the world, just remember that in the vast infiniteness of space, your thoughts and problems are materially insignificant, and the feeling should subside. At this time, your instructor will guide you in an exercise to test and reinforce the material covered in this video.
Ah, welcome back.
What
You may
the?
have noticed that this room has begun to deteriorate as a result of narrative contradiction. But not to worry. Now that you're properly informed on good decision-making, we're going to revisit a choice you made just a few minutes ago and see what the correct thing to do would have been. This way, please.
Okay. Well, it's a little dusty in here. Look at all musty around here. As you can see, and look at these floors. Gross.
Now that we know your choices are meaningful, we can't have you jumping off the platform and dying. Imagine
Are
the
you
main
serious?
character dying senselessly halfway through the story. That story would make no sense.
Why'd
at
you have
all.
to say something?
We just need to get you home
Why'd
as
you
soon
have
as
to say
possible before the narrative contradiction gets any worse. Unfortunately, it seems this place is not well equipped to deal with reality.
Boo. Gee, kind of eerie
Almost
here,
there.
huh?
You'll take the door on the left, back
Nah,
to the
not in the
correct
slightest.
ending, the story will have resolution once again, and you'll be home free in the real world.
I don't know. That's kind of asking too much from me. I don't know. I think I kind of want to open.
Now remember, all you
Different
need
door.
to do is behave exactly
Oh.
as Stanley would. That means choosing
No.
responsibly.
No.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
I would enter. Right one if I were you. No. Oh,
gotcha.
Why did you do that?
Ah.
Okay, hurry back in the other
Uh-oh.
direction. Perhaps we're
Oh.
not too late.
Ooh. Looks normal to me. Hey, what's that say over there?
This?
Yeah. Ah.
I don't fucking know.
That's Bob's room. That's Leroy's. Yeah, that's right. That's right. You're getting it. Okay, well, it's
I love going right.
fine. Go to the left, damn it.
Okay, last I checked, I don't think chairs are supposed to be in the ground.
Oh, it's ruined. You
Oh.
can't believe, after everything we talked about,
Hey, look, it's the red
my
door.
story, you've destroyed my work.
Jump
Why?
over.
For what?
I can't.
What did you get out of that?
My pork.
What
You
did you
can.
think was so special about seeing the game undone, left here like so much garbage?
Yap.
It's worthless now.
Yeah,
And what am I supposed to do?
Take it to a
Even if
publisher,
there
buddy.
were a way to continue, would it be worth it? To know that my story is now incorrect? How can I go back to that? I can't erase that knowledge. I'll have to live with it forever, reliving its
You're
impossibility
everywhere.
forever. I couldn't live that way. Is it better to shut the game down entirely? To willingly destroy all of my work? I don't know. What's the answer? What do I do? What do I do? What do I... No, I have to. I have to shut the game
get the broom
down.
closet.
I have to.
Go to the broom closet. That's the answer. Wait. No. No. I was gonna fire. I expected the trap beat to mention that.
Okay, something's fucked up.
You.
The fuck, dude? You got a
who thought
problem?
you were so clever. Now
Okay.
look where we are. My entire game is destroyed. It was the only thing in the
Honestly?
world that was mine, and you've run it into the ground. What, did you think that would be funny?
$500.
You just had to see.
$500.
Didn't
Actually,
I
no,
impress upon you
5,000
how important it
in
was to
California.
be like Stanley?
5,000 in
He
California.
actually knows how to do what I tell him to. He understands that if I say to do something, there's a damn good reason for it.
Whoa.
That thought hadn't even occurred to you, had it? That there's a world outside of you? You're a child.
Child.
I'm only 17. Fuck
My
off.
story.
Listen to
If you'd
me
just
here.
gone through the door on the left,
Listen,
you would have seen
buddy.
it. There was a
Okay,
whole
pal.
underground facility. You would have destroyed it and been victorious. It would have been so
Yes.
perfect. I worked so hard on it. I tried so
In
hard.
one little dink, and it's all over.
Behave exactly as Stanley would. That means choosing responsibly and always putting the story first. I'm quite sure you'll be up to the task. Just follow my lead and you'll be fine. All right. When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
You already know what I'm gonna say. Go. No. Okay. Oh.
No! Why did
Not
you
me
do
again.
that? Quickly, hurry.
Oh.
Behave exactly as Stanley would. That means choosing responsibly and always putting the story first. I'm quite sure you'll be up to the task. Just follow my lead and you'll be fine. All right. When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
You know, it wouldn't hurt to, just go right again.
No! Why did you do that? Quickly, hurry.
Okay.
Okay.
Behave exactly as Stanley would. That means choosing responsibly and always putting the story first. I'm quite sure you'll be up to the task. Just follow my lead and you'll be fine. All right. When Stanley
Okay.
came to a set
I'll
of
go
2 open
left.
doors, he entered the door on his left.
Go on. Just go back. No.
Fine.
Okay. Wow.
Yet there was not a single
Wow.
customer.
Well, don't spoil it for me.
I'm not saying anything.
Okay.
Stepping
It's
inside
fine.
his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. Shocked,
Is that
unraveled, Stanley
what-
was in disbelief who orchestrated this, until he saw the door with a voice receiver next to it. Surely behind this door lay all
What
the
he
answers
watching?
to his questions. And beyond all probability, he knew the passcode. He had seen it on his boss's computer just last week. Night Shark 115. Was this the
Why
code
didn't you
to
tell
open the
everyone
door?
here
Would
that
it still
password?
work? There was only one way to find out. Stanley had been trained never to speak up, but now he would draw from within himself the courage to face the unknown. He drew a sharp breath and then spoke the code.
Go on. Night Shark 115.
Stanley spoke the code. Night Shark 115. He spoke it into the receiver, right there on the wall.
Jeez.
What?
It's right there. Say it, Night Shark.
He's gonna say it, not me.
I'm sorry, is there a problem? You didn't mishear me, did you? Please speak the code into the receiver. Otherwise, we can't get on with the story. This is
get really annoyed.
Stanley gotta say it, not me.
Speak up. Speak up, Cheese.
It's Stanley.
Speak up.
Okay, fine. You're not gonna do it. But you know what? It's pretty humiliating to bring you this far, only for you to suddenly decide you have better things to do. I asked you for this one single thing, for your respect. The kind of respect Stanley shows for his choices. He knows what it means to take a story seriously. If you didn't want to see what I had to show you, then why did you come here? You had a choice. You could have gone through the door on the right. You could have done whatever the hell you wanted over there. Why did you come this way? Speak. Say something to me. Explain yourself, you coward. When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Yes, go on, go to the right.
They got Jesus program in this game?
No way they got. Ooh. Stanley saw a pair of open doors.
All of his co-workers were gone.
Did something.
What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
425. Damn it. 426.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Go on the left. Go on the left. Just go on the left. Wait a minute.
There was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might find an answer there.
Can't you just take a big eraser and just get rid of that?
Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
Downstairs. Wait. Go back up. Halt! Little down. That door. Damn it. Ooh. Wait. Go with that. Nothing here.
But Stanley just couldn't do it. He considered the possibility of facing his boss, admitting he had left his post during work hours. He might be fired for that. And in such a competitive economy, why had he taken that risk? All because he believed everyone had vanished? His boss would think he was crazy. And then something occurred to Stanley. Maybe, he thought to himself, maybe I am crazy.
We're going in the same place.
I don't know what the fuck you're talking about.
For no reason at all.
We're going in the same 3 areas.
Pondered
No,
this,
we are.
he began to make other strange observations. For example, why couldn't he see his feet when he looked down?
We've been here.
Why did
We've been
doors
here for
close
at least
automatically behind
an
him
hour.
wherever he went? And for that matter,
No,
these
never mind.
rooms were
6
starting to look pretty familiar.
6 hours.
Were they simply
Jeez, we've been here for 6 hours.
No,
Now
Stanley
look
said
at
to
the
himself,
time.
This is all too strange. This can't be real.
That looks like 6 hours to
At
me.
last, he came to the conclusion
1, 2,
that it
B4.
was on the tip of his tongue. He just hadn't found the words for it. I'm dreaming! he yelled. This is
Oh,
all
wait,
a dream.
I didn't say that.
The guy from Minecraft?
Stanley felt
Dream?
to have finally found real-life
Oh
drug pushing
my
buttons.
God.
I may as well enjoy this while I'm still lucid. So, he imagined himself flying and began to gently float above the ground.
Oh,
Then he imagined
Is this what it feels like to be
soaring
Shaq?
through space on a magical star field, and it too appeared.
Whee!
It was so
I
much
can't fucking
fun,
see.
and Stanley
Holy
marveled that he had
smokes.
still not woken up. How was he remaining so lucid?
These are all dust particles.
And then
I'm
perhaps the
inhaling.
strangest question of them all entered Stanley's head. One he was amazed he hadn't asked himself sooner. Why is there a voice in my head dictating everything that I'm doing and thinking? A bit strange. I'm dreaming about a voice describing me, thinking about how it's describing my thoughts, he thought. And while
This
he
is
thought
weird.
it all very odd and wondered if this voice spoke to all people in their dreams, the truth was that, of course, this was not a dream. How could it be? Was Stanley simply deceiving himself? Believing that if he's asleep, he doesn't
I'm
have
starting
to
to
take
lose it.
responsibility for himself?
Starting to feel like
Stanley
Stanley.
is as awake right
We've been going in the same bar
Now,
rooms.
hearing the voice speak these words was quite a shock to Stanley for certain, beyond a doubt, that this was in fact a dream. Did the voice not see him float and make the magical stars just a moment ago?
Backwards.
How else would the voice explain all that?
Whoa.
This voice was a part of himself too. Surely, if he could just... He would prove it. He would prove that he was in control, that this was a dream.
That's the car.
So
Hold
he
up, go.
closed his eyes gently, and he invited himself to wake up.
You fool. You
He
fool.
felt the cool weight of the blanket on his skin, the press of the mattress on his back,
Wow.
the fresh air of a world outside this one. Let me wake up, he thought to himself. I'm through with this dream. I wish it to be over. Let me go back to my job. Let me continue pushing the buttons. Please, it's all I want. I want my apartment
Please.
and my wife and my job.
I don't have a wife.
All I want is my life exactly the way it's always
The
been.
fuck is a life?
Yeah.
I play Minecraft.
My life is normal.
Oh my god.
I am normal. Everything
I wouldn't
will
say
be
normal,
fine.
Stanley.
I am okay. Stanley
And
began
guess
to
where
scream.
we are?
Please, someone, wake me up. My name is Stanley. I have a boss. I have an office. I am real.
Uh-oh.
Please, just someone tell me I am real. I must be real. I must be. Can anyone hear my voice? Who am I? Who am I?
Who am I?
And everything went black.
Oh.
This is the story of a woman named Mariella. Mariella woke up on a day like any other. She arose, got dressed, gathered her belongings, and walked to her place of work. But on this particular day, her walk was interrupted by the body of a man who had stumbled through town talking and screaming to himself, and then collapsed dead on the sidewalk.
He had a little.
And
He had a
although
little
she
bit
would
of.
soon turn to go call
I
for
don't
an
know.
ambulance, for just a
Pepto.
few brief moments, she considered the strange
a
man.
blunt.
Two
He was
Benadryl and a
obviously
water bottle,
crazy.
he'd be aight.
This much she knew.
He-
Everyone knows what crazy
He'd be
people look
alright.
like. And in that moment, she thought to herself how lucky she was to be normal. I am sane. I am in control of my mind. I know what
If
is
you're in
real
control of your mind,
and what
why is this
isn't.
guy describing it for you
It
right
was
now?
comforting to think this, and in a certain way, seeing this man made her feel better. But then she remembered the meeting she had scheduled for that day, the very important people whose impressions of her would affect her career, and by extension, the rest of her life. She had no time for this, so it was only a moment that she stood there, staring down at the body. And then she turned and ran.
Wow.
Kick ass.
That was freaking sweet.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley
Oh,
decided
no.
to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
I don't think so.
Was it always a left turn? I might be schizophrenic.
Training.
What do you... Damn, man, can I not walk through a door? Fucking struggling and shit.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Mm, okay, just because you asked me nicely. Go to the left. JK, I mean the right. No! Damn it.
Yet there was not a single person here either.
Yep. I'm getting
Feeling
the
a
fuck
wave
out of
of
here.
disbelief,
Yep,
Stanley decided to go.
Damn it.
Yet there was not a single person here either.
Yep. I'm getting
Feeling
the
a
fuck
wave
out of
of
here.
disbelief,
Yep.
Stanley decided to go up to his
Go
boss's
touch
office,
a
hoping he might
tree
find
sap.
an answer there. Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
Okay. Go downstairs.
Kick ass.
That was freaking sweet.
All his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room, perhaps he'd a memo.
I don't think so.
Was it left turn? I might be schizophrenic.
I don't know. Wait. Go back. Is that happening? Is that what? Oh, alright, no, I'll figure it out.
Damn it! I locked the door. He's struggling shit.
When Stanley came to a set of two open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Okay, just because you asked me nicely. Go to the left. JK, I mean right. No!
Yet there was not a single person here either.
Yep.
Feeling a wave of disbelief,
Yep. Go touch a
hoping he
tree
might find
sap.
an answer there. Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
Okay, go downstairs. Now go upstairs. Now go downstairs. Go back upstairs.
Fuck.
Keep going. Alright, go upstairs. Hey, just because you asked me nicely. Go to the left. JK, I mean the right. No! Damn it.
Yet there was not a single person here either.
Yep. I'm
Feeling
getting
a
the fuck
wave
out of
of
here.
disbelief,
Yep.
Stanley decided to go up to his
Go
boss's
touch
office,
a
hoping he might
tree
find
sap.
an answer there. Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
Okay. Go downstairs. Now go upstairs. Now go downstairs. Go back upstairs.
Fuck.
Keep going. Alright, now go down. Alright, now go upstairs. There we go. Finally, we made it to the boss's office. Not for your help.
Guess
Can't
I
use the
gotta hold it
bathroom?
in.
This place is a fucking prison. Hello? Buddy home.
Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. Shocked,
Where is
unraveled,
everybody?
Stanley wondered in disbelief who orchestrated this. What dark
5 Nights
secret
at
was
Freddy's.
being held from him?
I
What he
think I
could
know
not
who
have
did it.
known was that the keypad behind the boss's desk
It was
guarded the
that
terrible truth that
goddamn
his boss
plumber.
had been keeping
That
from
fat
him.
Italian
And
plumber.
so
I
the
know who
boss had
did it.
assigned it an extra secret PIN number.
Whoa!
2845. But of course,
Wait for that.
Stanley couldn't possibly have known this.
But I'm just gonna put it in 2485.
Wait a sec. Hold on.
2845.
Stanley
Here.
simply began entering random codes into the keypad, knowing
8.
full well the sheer
Yeah!
Put in
statistical
one-
likelihood
put in
this would ever
1337.
result in a correct combination.
What?
If he knew that the combo was
1337.
2845, it would be another story entirely. But no, this is what he was going to do
Damn it.
instead.
2845.
I remember.
Yeah.
got
Of course
it,
you
I
do.
got
By
it.
simply pushing random buttons on the keypad, Stanley happened to input
Whoa.
the correct code by sheer luck. Amazing. He stepped into
Holy.
the newly opened passageway.
Whoa. Holy smokes.
Where's Jack Black when you need him?
No.
This is just like Five Nights at Freddy's sister location.
Shut up. This is just like Five Nights at Freddy's.
Is it 6 a.m. yet?
I don't know.
Deeper into the building, Stanley realized he felt a bit peculiar. It was a stirring of emotion in his chest, as though he felt more free to think for himself, to question the nature of his job. Why did he feel this now, when for years it had never occurred to him? This question would not go unanswered for long.
I want to go home. I want to go home.
Get me out of here!
Ah, hell no.
Well, you're not going home anymore.
Stanley walked straight ahead through the large door that read Mind Control Facility.
We're not in the office anymore. Eeny, meeny, miny, mo. To the mind control facility.
Shit.
The lights rose on an enormous room packed with television screens. What horrible secret did this place hold? Stanley thought to himself. Did he have the strength to find out?
Yes, I do.
Now the monitors jumped to life, their true nature revealed. Each bore the number of an employee in the building, Stanley's co-workers.
Check it out.
The lives of so many individuals reduced to images on a screen, and Stanley, one of them, eternally monitored in this place where freedom meant nothing.
I keep watching, I keep surveillance. They gotta do their job. Can't be messing up, What's over there? What's this? What's that button?
Nothing.
That button.
This mind control facility, it was too horrible to believe. It couldn't be true. Had Stanley really been under someone's control all this time? Was this the only reason he was happy with his boring job? That his emotions had been manipulated to accept it blindly?
Yes. And now, we go up. Not down, but up.
Going up? Oh shit, we are.
He refused to believe it. He couldn't accept it. His own life in someone else's control? Never. It was unthinkable. Wasn't it? Was it even possible? Had he truly spent his entire life utterly blind to the world?
Yes.
But here was the proof. The heart of the operation. Controls labeled with emotions. Happy, or sad, or content. Walking, eating, working, all of it monitored and commanded from this very place. And as the cold reality of his past began to sink in, Stanley decided that this machinery would never again exert its terrible power over another human life. For he would dismantle the controls once and for all.
Not harmful,
This is just a fucking demon core.
No, it's not. If it was a demon core, you wouldn't even be breathing right now. Okay. Offline? No, okay.
And when at last he found the source of the room's power, he knew it was his duty, his obligation,
what do you think I'm gonna say?
to put an end to this horrible place and to everything it stood for.
What do you think I'm gonna say, Cheese?
On?
Yes.
Well, I think it's bad and we should...
Oh, Stanley. You didn't just activate the controls, did you?
Yeah!
After they kept you enslaved all these years, you go and you try to take control of the machine for yourself. Is that what you wanted? Control?
Yes.
Oh, Stanley, I applaud your effort, I really do. But you need to understand, there's only so much that machine can do.
Okay,
you were
buddy.
supposed to let it go.
Watch your mind control you too.
And leave. If you want to throw my story off track, you're going to have to do much better than that.
But this is like the
I'm
ultimate
afraid you
gaming
don't
setup.
have nearly the power you think you do. For example, and I believe
play
you'll
Terraria
find this
here.
pertinent,
This is
Stanley
pretty awesome.
suddenly realized
This
he
would
had
run.
just
This would
initiated
run
the
fucking.
network's
Where's
emergency
my water?
detonation system.
Smooth rate.
In the event that this machine is activated without proper DNA identification,
Sounded like a
nuclear
tire.
detonation
Sounded like an
system
engine
to
revving up.
explode, eliminating the entire complex. How long until detonation?
I just pull my fucking lawnmower.
Let's say 2 minutes.
What?
Ah, now this is making things a little more fun, isn't it,
shit.
Stanley? It's your
Get out of
time to shine. You are the star. It's your story now. Shape it to your heart's desires. This is
How much you
better
weigh?
than what I had
300?
in mind. What a shame we have so little
302.
time left to enjoy it.
But it's just water weight.
But what precious moments each one of them is. More time to talk about you.
Come on!
About
Up the
me,
stairs!
where we're going.
I'm going.
What all this means. I
Up the
barely
stairs!
know where to
Come on,
start.
tons of fun!
What's that? You'd like to know where your co-workers are?
Ah, fuck, it's just a big
A moment of
toaster.
solace before you're obliterated.
Does that
All
look
right,
like a
I'm in
fucking
good
toaster
mood.
to
You're
you?
gonna die anyway. I'll tell you exactly what happened to them. I erased them. I turned off the machine. I set you free. Of course, that was merely in this instance of the story. Sometimes when I tell it, I simply let you sit there in your office forever, pushing buttons endlessly and then dying alone.
My god!
Sometimes I let the office sink into the ground, swallowing everyone inside, or I let it burn to a crisp. I have to say this, though, this version of events has been rather amusing.
Where's the big
Watching you
bro?
try to make sense of everything and take back the control wrested away from you, it's quite rich. I almost hate to see it go. But I'm sure whatever I come up with on the next go-around will be even better. My goodness, only 34 seconds left. But I'm enjoying this so much. You know what? To hell with it. I'm going to put some extra time on the clock. Why not?
Red!
These
You
are
bastard.
precious additional seconds, Stanley. Time doesn't grow on trees.
Shit!
Oh dear me, what's the matter, Stanley? Is it that
No,
you have
no,
no,
no, no, no.
idea where you're
It'd be
going
cool.
or what you're supposed to be doing right now? Or did you just assume when you saw that timer that
Red,
something in this room
blue,
was capable of turning?
green, yellow.
I mean, look at you. Running from
Ah.
button to button, screen to screen, clicking on every little thing in this room.
Okay.
These numbered buttons, no, these colored ones. Or maybe this big red button, or this door. Everything, anything, something here will save me. Why would you think that, Stanley? That this video game can be beaten? Won, solved? Do you have any idea what your purpose in this place is?
No.
Stanley, you're in for quite a disappointment. But here's a spoiler for you. That timer isn't a catalyst to keep the action moving along. It's just seconds ticking away to your death. You're only still playing instead of watching a cutscene because I want to watch you for every moment that you're powerless.
I just want to go home and eat
to
some
see
Taco
you
Bell.
made humble. This is your challenge.
My chicken chalupa!
Tragedy. You wanted to control this world, that's
My
fine.
Dorito shell.
But I'm going to destroy it first,
I need it.
so you can't. Take a look at the clock, Stanley. That's 30 seconds you have left to struggle. 30 seconds until a big boom and then nothing.
Sorry, guys,
No
I'm
one
just
here,
hungry.
Just you being blown to pieces. Will you cling desperately to your frail life, or will you let it go peacefully? Another choice. Make it count, or don't. It's all the same to me, all a part of the joke. And believe me, I will be laughing at every second of your
Let's go
inevitable
to the
life.
mind control room.
Happy New Year.
It's been rather amusing.
Where's the big
Watching you
bro?
try to make sense of everything and take back the control wrested away from you, it's quite rich. I almost hate to see it go. But I'm sure whatever I come up with on the next go-around will be even better. My goodness, only 34 seconds left. But I'm enjoying this so much. You know what? To hell with it. I'm going to put some extra time on the clock. Why not?
Red!
These
You
are
bastard.
precious additional seconds, Stanley. Time doesn't grow on trees.
Shit!
Oh dear me, what's the matter, Stanley? Is it that
No,
you have
no,
no,
no, no, no.
idea where you're
It'd be
going
cool.
or what you're supposed to be doing right now? Or did you just assume when you saw that timer that
Red,
something in this room
blue,
was capable of turning?
green, yellow.
I mean, look at you. Running from
Ah.
button to button, screen to screen, clicking on every little thing in this room.
Okay.
These numbered buttons, no, these colored ones. Or maybe this big red button, or this door. everything, anything. Something here will
I mean, I
save
already
me.
pushed the
Why
door.
would you think that, Stanley? That this video game can be beaten?
Um.
Won? Solved? Do you have any idea what your purpose in this place is?
No.
Stanley, you're in for quite a disappointment. But here's a spoiler for you. That timer isn't a catalyst to keep the action moving along. It's just seconds ticking away to your death. You're only still playing instead of watching a cutscene because I want to watch you for every moment that you're powerless.
I just want to go home and eat
to
some
see
Taco
you
Bell.
made humble. This is not a challenge.
My chicken chalupa!
Tragedy. You wanted to control this world, that's
My
fine.
Dorito shell.
But I'm going to destroy it first,
I need it.
so you can't. Take a look at the clock, Stanley. That's 30 seconds you have left to struggle. 30 seconds until a big boom and then nothing.
Sorry, guys,
No
I'm
one
just
here,
hungry.
Just you being blown to pieces. Will you cling desperately to your frail life, or will you let it go peacefully? Another choice. Make it count, or don't. It's all the same to me, all a part of the joke. And believe me, I will be laughing at every second of your
Let's go.
inevitable
Let's go
life
to the.
from
Let's go to the
moment
mind
we
control
fade in
room.
Happy New Year.